Sit back and enjoy an hour of fascinating facts you didn't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started.
In Pittsburgh, United States, streets paved with wooden blocks known as paving blocks are still preserved. This method was popular in the 19th century because it was economical and absorbed the noise of hooves and wheels. Roslyn Place, built in 1914 with oak blocks, is an emblematic example. This type of pavement was common in several cities in the United States and the United Kingdom. Over time, it was replaced by asphalt and concrete. However, some historic streets maintain this design as urban heritage. The cutlass fish, also known as the saberfish or hairtail, is common along the coasts of Venezuela and other regions of the western Atlantic. Its steel blue color changes to silvery gray after death. It can reach up to 7.7 feet in length, although it is usually smaller. It is a predatory fish that inhabits tropical and temperate waters around the world. In the Americas, it ranges from Virginia to Argentina. The Barat is a traditional wedding procession in India, where the groom arrives at the ceremony venue in a vehicle decorated with great splendor. This transport often resembles a rath, which in Hindu culture represents a ceremonial chariot of war or deities. The symbolism highlights the groom's arrival as if he were a prince. In weddings in northern India, the Barat includes music, dance, and family accompaniment. The connection between weddings and rituals reinforces its cultural character. Leah Shutkever holds the Guinness record for eating a burrito in the shortest time. She achieved this mark in 32 seconds and 35 hundredths. It was recorded on February 9, 2022. Her technique is based on speed and precision while chewing. She is a standout competitor in the world of competitive eating. In Dubai, vehicle owners must keep their cars clean in public spaces. If a dirty car remains parked for several days, authorities can issue a fine. The penalty is 500 dirhams, equivalent to about 130 euros. In addition, washing a car on public streets is prohibited and can result in another fine. These rules aim to preserve the city's clean image. Les Coley is the oldest man to father a child, according to Guinness World Records. He was born in Australia in 1898 and became a father at 92 years and 10 months. His son was born to his third wife, whom he met through a dating agency. Coley led an active life and worked as a farmer. His record continues to be recognized worldwide. There are tools designed to make placing contact lenses easier. Some include special tweezers that help keep the eyelids open. This prevents blinking when inserting the lenses. They are useful for people with long nails or difficulty handling lenses. They can also improve hygiene by avoiding direct contact with the eyes. Rupert Richards is a Jamaican Rastafarian with extremely long dreadlocks. He has been growing his hair since 1968, maintaining his unique style. Although he does not hold an official record, his dreadlocks are impressive. Every time he washes them, he uses 2 bottles of shampoo and half a bottle of conditioner. Raisins are obtained by dehydrating grapes, a process that reduces their water content. As they lose moisture, the grapes wrinkle and decrease in size. This change also concentrates their sugars, making them taste sweeter. Drying can be done naturally in the sun or through artificial methods, such as ovens or electric dehydrators. Cats have 32 muscles in each ear, allowing them to move them precisely and independently. Thanks to this ability, they can rotate them up to 180 degrees to locate sounds. This skill improves their hearing and also allows them to express emotions. Leonel Campas Garcia is considered the tallest man in Mexico. He measures 7 feet 6 inches and lives in Maquipo, Sinaloa. His great height is due to a hormonal disorder that affected his growth from the age of 15. He's currently 31 years old, works as an automotive mechanic, and is very well loved in his community. The most expensive collectible card in history so far is a Mickey Mantle baseball card from the year 1952. It was sold in August of 2022 for $12.6 million. The auction was conducted by the House Heritage Auctions in the United States. This card belongs to the Topps collection and was in near-perfect condition. It was graded with a score of 9.5 by the specialized company SGC. The price surpassed all previous records in sports memorabilia. A ladybug follows a pencil line perfectly. The key lies in the method insects use to communicate with one another. When an insect finds something worth investigating, it leaves a trail that is chemically similar to the ink of some pens. The average length of the human tongue is approximately 4 inches from the base to the tip, although it can vary from person to person. These measurements are usually taken from the lips to the tip of the protruding tongue. In Saka, Yakutia, winter temperatures drop below -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Under these conditions, vehicle engines freeze even with thermal covers. To start them, they must be heated for at least half an hour. Methods include electric blankets, blowtorches, or industrial heaters. Many residents choose to leave the engine running for days. This practice prevents freezing damage and makes starting easier. Sculptures carved into pencil lead are a real form of miniature art. The Bosnian artist Jasenko Djordjevic is internationally recognized for this technique. He uses precision tools to carve detailed figures in graphite, such as animals, objects, or portraits. His works stand out for their fragility and level of detail. The pencil lead becomes both the support and the raw material. In September of 2018, in Italiko, Greece, a giant spiderweb measuring about 984 feet appeared. It covered vegetation and coastal structures and was woven by spiders of the genus Tetragnatha, known for their long jaws. This phenomenon does not occur every year, but can repeat in cycles depending on the climate. That year, heat and humidity favored the growth of mosquitoes, the main food of these spiders. The insect population boom caused the proliferation of webs. Although unusual, it does not represent a serious risk to humans. The saw used to cut plaster casts does not damage human skin due to its special design. Instead of rotating or sawing, it vibrates to cut hard materials, such as plaster. The skin, being flexible, moves with a vibration and is not cut. This technology allows casts to be removed safely. Doctors use it without risk of injury to soft tissues. It is an essential tool in traumatology. Its use ensures a precise and painless procedure. This vehicle, recorded in the United Arab Emirates, is considered the largest Hummer in the world. It measures approximately 46 feet long, nearly 20 feet wide, and around 21.7 feet tall. It was created as a curiosity for a collector and is not designed for regular driving. Its size requires escorts and special permits to move. It is equipped with several diesel engines and features functional interior spaces. It is part of an exhibition at the Off-Road History Museum. 30 people participated in Oaxaca in a symbolic ceremony where they married trees from the municipality of San Jacinto Amilpas. The event was organized in 2018 by the Peruvian environmentalist Richard Torres as a protest against deforestation. The initiative seeks to create emotional bonds with trees in order to protect them for life. The black heron, native to sub-Saharan Africa, employs a unique hunting technique called canopy feeding. It spreads its wings like an umbrella to create shade over the water. This shade reduces sun glare and allows it to better see the fish it is trying to catch. In addition, some small fish are attracted to the apparent shelter and move closer. This behavior has been widely documented in ornithological studies and is a notable example of behavioral adaptation in aquatic birds. The Immolent MS-18 flashlight is one of the most powerful commercially available, with 100,000 lumens thanks to 18 LEDs. A common LED bulb produces about 400 lumens, which illustrates its intensity. To dissipate heat, it incorporates fans that emit a sound similar to a running engine. It can heat materials such as paper if they are close to the LEDs. Its price varies and is usually between $600 and $700. It is an extreme object, closer to technical use than everyday use. So-called army ants, also known as marabuntas or legionary ants, form mobile colonies with millions of individuals. They move nomadically throughout their lives without building permanent nests and attack prey en masse. Their behavior is aggressive, organized, and predatory. They inhabit regions from the southern United States to Brazil, crossing tropical areas of Central America. Some species create temporary shelters using their own bodies. These insects display a collective hunting strategy and have a strong ecological impact. During the Bright Show event in Dubai, British designer Debbie Wingham presented a wedding cake shaped like an Arab bride, valued at more than $1 million. It measured 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed approximately 265 pounds. The piece was decorated with white diamonds, pearls, and thousands of edible flowers. Although it was not intended for consumption for hygiene reasons, the design was part of an artistic exhibition within the world of high-end pastry. The cake was named Lulua and represented a life-sized female figure. Quail use a defense mechanism known as tonic immobility. When they sense the presence of a predator, they remain completely still to go unnoticed. This behavior allows them to camouflage themselves in their surroundings, thanks to their plumage. The province of Heilongjiang, located at the northernmost edge of China, is the coldest region in the country. In January of 2023, the city of Mohe recorded a record temperature of 63.4 degrees below zero on the Fahrenheit scale. This value is the lowest documented in the modern history of China. Mohe has a subarctic climate with long winters and extensive snow cover. Heilongjiang has earned the nickname the coldest China for verifiable climatic reasons. Before 1956, refrigerators had mechanical latches that could only be opened from the outside. This posed a serious risk if someone became trapped inside. Sadly, several cases of suffocation were recorded. To prevent further tragedies, a law was enacted in the United States that same year. From then on, doors were required to be openable from the inside. Manufacturers adopted magnetic latches as a safer solution. This measure significantly reduced refrigerator-related accidents. The potato is native to the Andean highlands, especially southern Peru and northwestern Bolivia. In those regions, it was cultivated as food for more than 7,000 years. It was introduced to Europe in the 16th century, where it was initially received with distrust. Although in some places it was used for decorative purposes, it was always edible in the Andes. Its consumption as food in Europe gradually became popular throughout the 17th century.
These are the Dansha stairs in China. These stairways carved directly into the mountain rock are not just an access route, they are a Buddhist pilgrimage to reach the temples at the summit. It is said that the physical challenge of the climb symbolizes the spiritual effort required to attain enlightenment.
Mayflies are insects present in many regions, including California. Their name refers to their short adult lifespan, which can last only a few hours. However, in their aquatic larva stage, they can live up to 4 years. They inhabit rivers and lakes, where they are indicators of good water quality. There are thousands of species distributed throughout the world, except in Antarctica. During mass emergence events, they form temporary clouds of individuals. This behavior usually occurs near freshwater bodies. Raphael Breedy holds the Guinness record for walking on the highest high line in the world. He achieved it by crossing a balance line approximately 1 inch wide between 2 hot air balloons. The walk took place at 6,236 feet above Praia Grande, Brazil. The event occurred on December 2, 2021. Breedy walked barefoot, demonstrating great balance and control. He used a safety harness as required by regulations. His feet doubled the height of the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. This is the Chimborazo volcano in Ecuador. Due to its location on the equatorial line and the Earth's bulge at the equator, the summit of Chimborazo is the point farthest from the center of the planet, making it a reference point for geodesists and a challenge for mountaineers seeking the highest point in the world in terms of distance from the Earth's core.
In November of 2021, a severe storm struck the city of Aswan, Egypt. The rains caused flooding in a region where the climate is usually extremely dry. This forced scorpions and snakes to leave their shelters and move toward inhabited areas. More than 500 people were hospitalized and at least 3 deaths from stings were recorded. The responsible species was the fat-tailed scorpion, highly venomous and common in that area. The ningen is a creature that emerged from contemporary stories in Japan. It is described as a giant white humanoid being with marine features, supposedly seen in areas of the polar circle. Although its name means human in Japanese, its origin comes from internet forums in the 1990s. In September of 2021, a Boeing C-17 Globemaster aircraft of the Royal Australian Air Force flew at low altitude over the Brisbane River as part of rehearsals for the Sunsuper River Fire Festival. The flight passed close to several downtown buildings, including the Soleil skyscraper, which is approximately 797 feet tall. Although it was an officially announced display, the maneuver surprised many residents because of its proximity to urban structures. The company Empirical created a liquor inspired by the flavor of Doritos nacho cheese. This beverage was the result of an official collaboration with a snack brand. They used a vacuum distillation process to preserve the original nacho cheese flavor. The liquor was released as a limited edition in certain regions of the United States. Its taste combines umami, salty, and slightly acidic notes. In Nigeria, Honda-style motorcycles are commonly used as urban taxis. Some have been modified to carry several passengers on short trips. Blood represents between 7 and 8% of total body weight. This percentage varies according to age and physical condition. The human body maintains a precise balance in blood volume. Blood transports oxygen, nutrients, and metabolic waste. It is also key in regulating body temperature.
Petite cereal is a cereal made of miniature croissants crafted by hand. Each box contains approximately 250 tiny pieces. It's sold in New York and costs $50 per box. Its manufacturing process includes dehydration and a coating of sugar and cinnamon. The croissants are then baked to achieve a crunchy texture. Puppet Alp, whose real name is Albert Kokos, is an artist who creates puppets with his own hands. He uses paint, paper, and clay to transform his fingers into representations of famous characters. His works stand out for their detail and expressiveness. He is a creative example of art made with simple resources. Finn is a Labrador retriever known for his work with the baseball team, the Las Vegas Aviators. Since the year 2016, he was responsible for retrieving the bats that players left on the field after hitting. His work made him a beloved figure among fans. During games, he happily ran across the field to perform his task. In April of 2024, Finn officially retired with a special tribute. The Norwegian company Svalbardi markets iceberg water collected in the Svalbard archipelago. It is a luxury product bottled in presentations of approximately 25.4 fluid ounces. Each bottle can cost between 80 and 99 euros depending on the edition. The product is presented as pure and exclusive water obtained from melted ice. Why are the signs low in this town in California? The streets are incredibly wide, and the garages have huge doors because this is Cameron Park, a community of pilots. They have a central airstrip, and residents can take off and land their private planes from their own homes. These communities, known as air park communities, do not have a control tower, so pilots use radios to communicate with each other and announce their takeoffs and landings. Interestingly, the streets are not only wide to accommodate airplane wings, but in many cases they also function as official taxiways. Venomous snakes store their venom in sacs located on both sides of the head. These sacs are connected to the fangs through special ducts. When they bite, the venom flows through these hollow tubes. It travels from the base of the fang to the tip. In this way, they inject venom into their prey efficiently. In Hebei, China, a donkey is shown whose hooves have not been trimmed in years. This happens with animals in captivity that do not walk in the field and therefore do not wear them down. In China, each of these hooves can be sold for about 2,000 yuan, that is, approximately $300. Otters are social and playful animals, and they show affection through play, sounds, and physical contact. Some wag their tails like dogs when they are happy. A ship carrying new automobiles departed from South Korea to Vladivostok, Russia. During the voyage across the Sea of Japan, temperatures dropped to -22 degrees Fahrenheit. Salt water from the waves froze onto the vehicles and penetrated their interiors. Some cars arrived with layers of ice even inside the cabin. The Modern Toilet restaurant is located in Taipei, Taiwan, and its entire decor revolves around bathroom elements. Diners sit on real toilets, and dishes are served in containers shaped like toilets or urinals. The menu includes curry, sausages, desserts, and ice cream with a scatological appearance. The restaurant is inspired by bathroom aesthetics as a playful concept and is a recognized attraction in the city. Rzeszów-Jasionka Airport, located in southeastern Poland, operates in a region where foggy conditions or low clouds are common, especially during colder seasons. In such cases, airplanes often pass through cloud layers during takeoff or landing, which can create striking visual effects such as the apparent cutting of fog. This visual effect is not exclusive to Rzeszów and can occur at other airports with similar conditions. Katie Ledecky, an Olympic swimmer, demonstrated her incredible balance in the water. She performed the challenge called the Got Milk Challenge. She swam with a glass of chocolate milk on her head. She did not spill a single drop during the swim. Love Love is a work by the French artist Julian Berthier, created in the year 2007. It consists of a boat that appears to be permanently half-sunken. Despite its appearance, the vessel is fully functional and can sail without problems. The design seeks to represent the moment just before a shipwreck, as a visual metaphor. On Mount Fengjinshan, part of the Wulin mountain range in China, there are two Buddhist temples at the summit, the Temple of Buddha and the Temple of Maitreya. Both are separated by a narrow stone bridge over a rocky cliff. The area is known for its steep trails and thousands of steps. The Xenasthus tarantula and the Oaxaca frog form an unusual symbiotic relationship. The frog consumes insects such as ants that could damage the tarantula's eggs. In return, the spider offers shelter and protection from predators, such as snakes and other arthropods. This bond has been observed in the Pastaza River region and has been documented by biologists. The biobus is a British bus that runs on biomethane, produced from human waste and food leftovers. It was introduced in Bristol in 2014 as part of a sustainable transportation initiative. This biofuel is obtained through the anaerobic digestion of organic waste. With a full tank, the vehicle can travel up to 186 miles. That amount of fuel is roughly equivalent to the waste generated by 5 people over the course of 1 year. Biomethane produces no bad odors or visible smoke and reduces polluting emissions by nearly 100% compared to diesel. The cleaner shrimp is a species that feeds by removing parasites from other fish. To attract clients, it moves its legs and antennae in a striking gesture. Before beginning, it makes sure the fish will not attack it. It then climbs onto the fish and cleans its skin, removing parasites and debris. This process benefits both, as the fish is freed of parasites and the shrimp obtains food. Its behavior is key in marine ecosystems. This video shows a do-it-yourself levitating clock created with magnets, sensors, and digital components. The structure includes a floating sphere that, in some designs, indicates the seconds. The time can appear in digital format on a fixed base. Endless pools allow swimming in the same place thanks to a controlled current. Some models use a powerful propeller to generate a uniform flow, similar to the principle of marine engines. This design avoids turbulence and keeps the swimmer centered. The experience resembles an aquatic treadmill, and its use is common in training or limited spaces. Kathakali is a traditional form of dance theater originating in Kerala, India, with centuries of history. Its performers recount Hindu myths, such as the Ramayana, without speaking, using gestures, facial expression, and body movements. To do so, they master more than 500 mudras, codified hand gestures. The training is extensive and demands precise muscular control, especially of the face and eyes. The training also includes singing, makeup, and martial arts. Some makeup artists create optical illusions on the skin, including on the palm of the hand. They use precise techniques of shading, color, and perspective to simulate cuts, holes, or three-dimensional elements. These effects may look like digital manipulation, but they are made only with makeup. Bees can eliminate a queen if they consider her unsuitable for the hive. In some cases, the workers surround her and generate heat with their bodies until she suffocates. This defense mechanism occurs when the queen is weak, does not lay enough eggs, or comes from another colony. Through this behavior, bees ensure the survival and stability of the community. In India, some women born under the astrological influence of Mars, known as Mangal dosha, perform a symbolic ritual marriage with trees. The practice seeks to neutralize the bad luck they are believed to bring when marrying a man. The tree, usually a banana tree or a ficus religiosa, acts as the first husband and is cut down after the ritual. This tradition is based on Vedic astrology and is still preserved in some rural sectors. Drone soccer was developed in South Korea and made its international debut in 2018. It is played in teams of 3 or 5 people, where only one drone is authorized to score by passing through the opposing team's ring. The other drones are responsible for blocking and providing strategic support. Each drone is enclosed in a protective carbon fiber sphere that allows safe collisions. This design minimizes damage and turns the sport into a controlled form of aerial contact. The discipline is regulated by the World Air Sports Federation. When a part of the body falls asleep, it means that a nerve is compressed or blood flow has been interrupted. This prevents nerve signals from traveling properly, causing a tingling sensation. This sensation, called paresthesia, occurs when the nerve begins to recover and signals start flowing again. It is common after staying in the same position for a long time, such as sitting on a leg or sleeping with an arm bent. It usually disappears when posture changes and circulation is restored. Although uncomfortable, it is usually temporary and not a serious problem. Modern tickets are usually printed on thermal paper that reacts to heat without ink. The text appears when heat is applied to the treated side of the paper, generally the shinier one. That is why intense heat can erase the print. Pure alcohol can also alter the reactive layer and make the data disappear. Chris, accompanying Jacob, is an artist who creates works using fluid acrylic paint. His technique takes advantage of gravity to give movement to his compositions. Shapes and colors flow naturally, generating unique patterns. This style allows him to explore the interaction between chance and control. His creations convey dynamism and visual depth. Recorded in Brazil, a kite-surfing surfer jumps over an island that is actually the tip of a peninsula about 427 feet wide. With enough favorable wind, it would be possible to jump even larger land areas. The Hamilton Scott's residential building is located in Singapore and is known for its vertical parking system. This complex allows residents to raise their cars using automated elevators up to the level of their apartments. Each unit has a glass-enclosed bay next to the living room where the vehicle is displayed. It is part of the Orchard Road District, a high-end area. The building has been internationally recognized for its exclusive concept. This is the tallest stack of cars in the world. The record was broken by the Chinese car brand Chery. It measures approximately 36 feet. In total, 7 cars were stacked, one on top of another. In Chiang Rai, Thailand, is the Buddhist temple Wat Rong Kun, known as the White Temple. It was designed by the artist Chalermchai Kositpipat, and construction began in 1997. The work is ongoing and is expected to take several decades to complete. In front of the temple, there is a moat with sculptures of emerging hands that symbolize human desire and suffering. In the Afar region of Ethiopia, a massive land fissure is forming due to the separation of 3 tectonic plates. This fracture emerged notably in the year 2005, reaching about 35 miles in length. The phenomenon is part of a geological process that could give rise to a new ocean. As the plates move apart, new oceanic crust forms between them. Scientists estimate that this ocean will form over a period of 5 to 10 million years. Some recent research suggests it could happen sooner. This is the fearsome 7-star Via Ferrata in Yunyang, China. Although at first glance it may look like a dangerous fall, it is designed for tourism and is surprisingly safe. The routes are completed using harnesses and 3 carabiners that are clipped onto a steel cable. These routes, whose name means iron path in Italian, originated in the Alps during the First World War to facilitate troop movement through mountainous terrain. In California, United States, Fremont Peak can be observed with a large full moon in the background. To achieve this type of image, photographers usually use long focal-length telephoto lenses. This technique compresses perspective and visually magnifies the size of the moon. Fremont Peak is a popular spot among astronomy enthusiasts and landscape photographers. What is seen in this video is powdered snow, a phenomenon that occurs when strong winds lift loose snow from the ground. This creates a dense white cloud that can reduce visibility to nearly zero, a condition known as whiteout or total whiteness, which can be just as dangerous as heavy snowfall. Yukko is a traditional Korean dish made from raw lean beef cut into thin strips and accompanied by raw egg yolk and Asian pear. It is seasoned with soy sauce, sesame oil, garlic, sugar, ginger, and sometimes green onion. The dish is served cold and stands out for its delicate texture and balanced flavor. Recorded in China, these cars left the roadway due to the dangerous combination of a sharp curve and black ice, a thin and transparent layer of ice that is almost invisible on asphalt. This phenomenon is a common cause of accidents in northern regions of China, where low temperatures are extreme. In the year 2019, Egypt organized a massive iftar to celebrate the end of Ramadan. The event took place in the new administrative capital near Cairo. A table more than 1.86 miles long was set up with more than 6,000 diners. The goal was to break the Guinness record for the longest iftar table. This scene in which drivers in Los Angeles abandon their cars to flee a fire is a sad reflection of the increase in wildfires in California. Firefighters often have to use tow trucks to clear the streets and allow fire engines and emergency vehicles to pass, a task made more difficult by the large number of abandoned cars blocking the way. In a viral video recorded in Pakistan, a donkey pulls a cart carrying 2 people at high speed. The scene takes place on a highway and appears authentic, without accelerated editing. Although some estimate it reaches between 31 and 37 miles per hour, there are no verifiable measurements. The cart has well-inflated tires, which favors inertia. It is possible that the terrain has a downhill slope that increases the apparent speed. Nearby vehicles do not appear especially fast. Controlled implosion is a demolition method that uses strategically placed explosives to cause a building to collapse inward, minimizing damage to nearby structures. This process requires a detailed study of the building's engineering, identifying key columns and supports for precise explosive placement. The collapse occurs in a matter of seconds and follows a structured plan. It is a procedure that demands extreme precision and strict safety measures. The La Corona soap factory, located in Ecatepec, state of Mexico, produces Zote soap in pink, white, and blue colors, as well as its liquid version. Each day, up to 2 million bars are manufactured. Its production reaches approximately 37.5 short tons per hour on a continuous basis. Despite not investing in advertising, Zote soap is sold in the United States and in other countries across the continent. Its quality and tradition have driven its popularity. Ctenophores are gelatinous marine animals found in all the world's oceans, except Antarctica. They have varied shapes, including spherical or oval structures. Many are bioluminescent and emit light through internal chemical reactions. Their transparent bodies produce iridescent reflections thanks to rows of moving cilia. They are an essential part of gelatinous plankton. Their presence indicates functional and complex marine ecosystems. In several cities in Australia, the green wave system is applied, synchronizing traffic lights so that vehicles can maintain a constant speed and pass through multiple intersections without stopping. This strategy improves traffic flow, reduces travel time, and lowers both fuel consumption and polluting emissions. It is based on detailed calculations of distances, speeds, and signal timing. In addition, the use of sensors and algorithms allow for dynamic adjustments according to traffic volume. The American company Edge Innovations developed a highly precise animatronic dolphin. Its design simulates the behavior of a real dolphin with realistic movements, breathing, and buoyancy. The model has been used in marine shows and educational demonstrations as an ethical alternative. Its goal is to replace the use of real animals in aquariums and exhibitions.
This is translucent concrete, invented by the Mexican company Concretos Translúcidos. Its components are more durable underwater than conventional concrete, an attribute that makes it ideal for submerged architectural projects. One of its most curious applications is its ability to let light pass through, allowing it to be illuminated from within to create luminous effects or even to save energy in buildings that incorporate it.
During the holiday season, LEGO sales reach impressive figures worldwide. It is estimated that approximately 28 sets are sold per second around the globe. This figure has been mentioned in popular media and specialized toy websites. Although it doesn't come from a recent official report, it is consistent with the brand's global popularity. The Castello d'Alberti's Monte Galeto elevator in Genoa, Italy, is a hybrid public transportation system. It begins its journey horizontally by entering a tunnel at the base of the hill, and then changes orientation to ascend like a traditional elevator. This unique engineering allows it to overcome the slope of the hill efficiently and makes it one of the few transportation systems of its kind in the world. Handcrafted blown glass is an ancient technique that originated in Syria around the 1st century before Christ. It involves shaping molten glass with a hollow tube by blowing air to form it while it is hot. Artisans work at high temperatures, combining precision and creativity. This technique allows for the creation of unique pieces with detailed designs and customized finishes. It is used to make everything from decorative objects to functional utensils. Mirage Estade is a work by the American artist Doug Aitken, installed in the Swiss Alps in the year 2019. The structure is shaped like a house and is completely covered in mirrors. It reflects the mountainous landscape in all seasons, creating a chameleon-like effect. It is the 3rd version of the work after its exhibitions in Palm Springs and Detroit. In the year 2010, British inventor Perry Watkins built a vehicle with the appearance of a complete dining room. He called it Fast Food and tested it at the Santa Pod Raceway in Bedford, United Kingdom. The design included a table, chairs, and tableware, all on wheels. During the test, it reached 113.7 miles per hour. The record was certified by Guinness as the fastest piece of furniture in the world. Despite its domestic appearance, the vehicle was fully functional. For this experiment, candle wicks or cotton wicks were used, which, without the wax, burn much faster, and the tree must be artificial and fire-resistant. These wicks, which look like simple threads, have a special structure and braiding that allow them to absorb liquid wax by capillary action, a process that enables candles to burn steadily and evenly.
Although the Lunar New Year is the most important celebration in China, the Western New Year is also celebrated in cities such as Shanghai. In 2025, public shows with drones, lights, and fireworks were held, attracting thousands of people. These events usually take place in emblematic areas such as Baoshan Port or the Longhua Temple. Although the scale is smaller, they are part of the urban calendar and reflect growing cultural openness.
This video, filmed in Michigan in January of 2024, likely shows the explosion of an electrical transformer. This type of explosion is common during snowstorms, when ice and moisture can infiltrate the transformer, creating a short circuit that generates a buildup of pressure and heat, culminating in a flash and a loud bang.
In the eastern Himalayas of Nepal lies Amadablam. an emblematic mountain of approximately 22,351 feet. Its elegant profile and hanging glacier resemble a traditional amulet, giving it the name the Mother's Necklace in the Sherpa language. It is considered sacred by local communities. Its thin and technical southwest ridge is a route valued by experienced mountaineers.
The beam is an attraction at the top of the Rock observation deck in New York. It is inspired by the famous 1932 photograph, Lunch Atop a Skyscraper. In the original image, workers appear seated on a beam during the construction of Rockefeller Center. The attraction recreates the scene in a safe way for visitors.
In the Brazilian rainforest, some species of woody bamboo, such as those of the genus Guadua, store rainwater in their green internodes. This water is usually clean if it has not been externally contaminated. In situations where the river is muddy, these stalks can be accessed to obtain drinking water. It is a practice known in some Amazonian communities. Although useful, it does not replace safe purification methods.
These geese, likely Canada geese, migrate from Ontario, Canada to the southern United States in search of warmer climates and food. Their migration is a massive journey, carried out in a distinctive V formation. This formation is not only iconic, but also serves an aerodynamic purpose. It reduces air resistance for the birds flying behind the leader, helping them conserve energy on their long journey.
It may appear that the bird emits flashes of electricity, but science says otherwise. The high humidity in the environment, visible in the cloudy sky, quickly dissipates any static charge the bird might generate. In addition, the creation of electrical discharges such as lightning requires massive energy fields that an animal could not produce. Therefore, it is extremely unlikely that the bird is emitting electricity. Most likely, it is a visual effect of the video.
Recorded in eastern Siberia, Russia, this is a meteorite lighting up the entire sky. It is estimated that the meteorite measured between 33 and 49 feet and disintegrated before reaching the ground. Compared with the impressive Chelyabinsk fireball, both were the same size, but the latter released its energy much closer to the Earth's surface.
In Yosemite National Park, in the Sierra Nevada of California, climbers sleep suspended on platforms called portaledges. These structures are anchored to the rock during multi-day vertical climbs, such as those on El Capitan. Although the position is horizontal, they are hanging over the void and secured with harnesses. Sleeping this way allows climbers to rest without descending between days.
These clouds that look so real are actually computer-generated artistic creations. They are not just for digital decoration. Some artists even use these virtual clouds to train artificial intelligences to recognize weather patterns or to simulate complex atmospheric conditions in animated films and video games. In northern Greece, on the island of Thasos, there are white marble quarries recognized for their purity and exceptional whiteness. Among them, the Saliara quarry on Thasos stands out for its antiquity and extraction volume. These quarries have been exploited since ancient times and remain active today. Putting all billiard balls into the pockets with a single shot is physically impossible under normal conditions. Although there are videos where a player appears to achieve it, the content is manipulated. For the cue ball to propel 15 balls simultaneously would require excessive and improbable energy with a conventional cue. In addition, any slight imperfection in the rack arrangement alters their trajectories. The dispersion of energy makes it unfeasible for all of them to follow precise paths into the pockets. Since 1875, the city of Yanshui in Taiwan has celebrated one of the most dangerous festivals in the world with thousands of rockets. The tradition arose as a response to a cholera epidemic, when residents sought spiritual protection. They prayed to the god Guan Yu, who according to belief instructed them to carry out processions with fireworks to drive away evil spirits. The festival takes place every year during the Lantern Festival. The common basilisk, nicknamed the Jesus Christ lizard, has the incredible ability to run on water. It does not do so by magic, but by pure physics. Its hind legs have dermal lobes that spread out when they strike the surface, creating an air pocket that allows it to propel itself. What is most fascinating is that it achieves up to 20 strides per second, a speed that allows it to escape predators. It is found from southern Mexico to Ecuador and Venezuela. The bridge over the Itinga River in Brazil shows a rise of up to 11.8 inches at its center when trucks pass over it, which does not represent a structural failure. This behavior is due to the Gerber-type design, characterized by a central section suspended between two main parts. The structure does not have a rigid connection in the middle, allowing controlled flexing. This system distributes dynamic weight efficiently. The joints in the design allow a certain amount of vertical movement without compromising safety. A viral video shows a supposed global lightning bolt crossing railroad tracks, but it is actually a digital animation. Ball lightning is a rare and mysterious atmospheric phenomenon that appears as floating spheres of light during thunderstorms. Unlike a regular lightning strike that lasts fractions of a second, these spheres can persist for several seconds, moving erratically. Although they have been observed for centuries, their exact origin and physical nature remain a subject of debate and fascination for scientists. Motion capture is a technique used to animate digital characters with great realism. Sensors are placed or special suits are used on a person to record their movements. That data is then transferred to a computer. In this way, the digital model imitates human movements with great precision. This method is very common in video games, films, and virtual reality. Kiran from Mighty is a content creator known for his visual experiments with bubbles. In one of his videos, he fills a soap bubble with flammable gas, such as hydrogen or methane. He then ignites the bubble with a blowtorch, generating a brief, controlled flame. He uses that flame to toast a marshmallow in an original way. Although it looks simple, this type of experiment involves risks. Water bubbles in grass are accumulations of water trapped between the grass and the soil. They form when the ground is saturated and cannot drain properly. This occurs due to heavy rainfall, excessive irrigation, or soil compaction. When stepped on, the water can shift or rise to the surface. Although uncommon, they can affect lawn health. It is important to correct them to prevent damage. Maintaining good drainage helps prevent them. In China, there are extreme trails that combine suspended planks and steps carved into rock. The most famous is on Mount Hua, where hikers move along sections approximately 11.8 inches wide, secured to steel cables. The use of a harness is mandatory, and the route can take hours due to the number of tourists. Some sections allow only one person to pass at a time, creating long lines. This is a silicone mask that you can find for sale online. This material is known for its incredible elasticity and realism, so much so that it is sometimes used by professional escape artists or magicians to create identity change illusions in shows and demonstrations. The toucan is a tropical bird with a large, colorful, and lightweight beak that can measure almost half of its body length. It inhabits the rainforests of Central and South America. Its plumage is black with bright tones on the chest and around the eyes. Its beak displays colors such as yellow, green, orange, and red. It feeds mainly on fruit, but also consumes insects and small vertebrates. In addition to feeding, its beak helps regulate its body temperature. It is an emblematic species of tropical forests. This is the shortest elevator ride in the world. It is located at the Tutzing station in Germany and rises only 4 inches. On the program Mythbusters, they tested what it would be like to drive a car with square wheels. At first, the driving was very rough due to vibrations. However, as the speed increased, the truck began to stabilize. This happens because the wheels strike the ground more frequently. At a certain speed, the motion becomes more uniform. Although it remains uncomfortable, stability improves. The low-res car is a conceptual electric vehicle created by the British company United Nude. Its geometric design is based on a simplified digital version of the Lamborghini Countach. It has no practical purpose, but rather artistic and exhibition goals. It reaches around 31 miles per hour and runs on a low-power electric motor. Its structure includes faceted surfaces and a minimal cabin. It is not authorized for use on public roads. It has been exhibited in museums and used in audiovisual productions as an example of experimental design. Vapor projectors create a water screen onto which images and videos are projected. They use fine particles of water or smoke to generate a semi-transparent surface. This creates the sensation that the images are floating in the air. In the Baltistan region of Pakistan lies K2, the second highest mountain in the world and one of the most difficult to climb. During expeditions, mountaineers often tie their tents together to withstand the wind at high-altitude camps. In extreme conditions, they may partially cover them with snow to improve insulation. In the United States, especially in rural areas, it is common for families to build cabins in an amateur way. This method allows for cost savings and offers the satisfaction of building with one's own hands. Many use prefabricated construction kits that include materials and precise instructions. These kits can be assembled with basic tools and without professional experience. Specialized companies and online sales platforms have boosted their popularity. The trend reflects interest in practical and accessible solutions. Emergency siren lights are blue and red because of their high visibility. Red is associated with warning and danger, which captures drivers' attention. Blue stands out better in darkness and fog, making it easier to identify at a distance. The combination of both colors allows emergency vehicles to be easily recognized in traffic. This helps other drivers react quickly and yield. Their use is standardized in many countries to ensure effectiveness. The spherical wheels developed by Goodyear are part of the Citroën Skate prototype, an autonomous electric platform aimed at urban mobility that uses Eagle 360 tires with integrated motors capable of moving in any direction. This system was presented in collaboration with Accor and JC as a solution for efficient transportation in cities, with a maximum speed of approximately 15.5 miles per hour for safety reasons. Buenaventura, Colombia, is one of the cities with the most rainy days in the world. On average, it rains 258 days a year, making it one of the most humid regions. Its annual rainfall exceeds 394 inches due to its location on the Pacific coast. The constant humidity influences its ecosystem and biodiversity. In Nakhon Pathom, Thailand, stands the Buddhist temple Wat Sampron, famous for its red cylindrical tower of 17 stories. Wrapped around the tower is a hollow dragon sculpture through which visitors can climb. The dragon represents protective strength and the ascent toward enlightenment.
Asteroid hyalosis, also known as Benson's disease, is a benign eye condition characterized by small white or yellow particles that float in the vitreous humor and have a shiny, asteroid-like appearance. These particles are mainly composed of calcium and lipids and usually do not affect vision or cause symptoms. It is often detected incidentally during routine eye examinations. The condition does not require treatment, except in very rare cases where it interferes with clinical tests. Recorded in the United States, 2 skydivers perform a base jump from a wind turbine blade. These blades are around 197 feet high. It can be seen how the blade one of them walks on begins to bend under his weight. This phenomenon is completely normal, since turbine blades are designed to be flexible and withstand strong wind gusts without breaking. Auroras borealis occur when charged particles from the sun collide with the Earth's magnetic field. Scientists use models to estimate their location and timing by analyzing solar activity and the solar wind. Although these predictions can indicate where they may be visible, their appearance remains uncertain. The intensity and color depend on the energy of the particles and the composition of the atmosphere. They are mainly observed near the poles, where the magnetic field channels these particles. Despite the uncertainty, technological advances have improved the accuracy of predictions.
During a religious baptism, 2 luminous halos were observed over people in the river, which some attendees interpreted as the appearance of angels. Although they claimed to see them with the naked eye, there is no scientific evidence supporting a supernatural manifestation. Experts suggest the effect is due to light reflections on white clothing under conditions of fog or water vapor, which could amplify the brightness. The Neo Geo AES console was released by the Japanese company SNK in 1990. At that time, its initial price was $650 in the United States. This cost made it the most expensive home console of its era. It was designed to offer an experience identical to that of arcade video games. Adjusted for inflation, that price would be equivalent to more than $1,500 today. During Paris Fashion Week, Greek designer Celia Krithariotis presented a wedding dress with a veil held up by helium balloons as part of her spring-summer haute couture collection. The design was publicly displayed and stood out for its creativity and eye-catching visual effect. Beer gardens are outdoor beer gardens typical of Bavaria, Germany, with roots and underground cellars where beer was stored. To keep it cool, chestnut trees were planted to provide shade and regulate the surrounding temperature. These areas evolved into social and cultural spaces where local beers are served. Since 1812, it has been a tradition to allow visitors to bring their own food. This practice, known as Brotzeit, is supported by Bavarian regulations. Beer gardens still preserve their historical essence and encourage social interaction. Some designers use balloons as the main material to create dresses. This technique is known as globology and is used in fashion shows and ephemeral art. Although eye-catching, these designs are not practical for daily use. They are considered artistic creations rather than functional garments. In Nepal, mountainous terrain forces unconventional transportation methods in remote areas. In some extreme cases, vehicles are moved using pulley systems over ravines. These maneuvers usually occur when no passable roads exist. Passengers, meanwhile, cross on foot using suspension bridges that connect villages. A gymnast forms an almost perfect cross with her body, extending her arms to the left and upward, while her legs point downward and to the right, creating a diagonal contrast that highlights the symmetry of the pose. Eau de Guardo is a perfume released by KFC in a limited edition. Its bottle is shaped like a fried chicken drumstick. Despite its appearance, its fragrance does not smell like chicken. Its aroma combines geranium, mandarin, pink pepper, and bergamot. The blend aims to convey freshness and sophistication. In February of 2021, Dubai projected images of the Martian moons Phobos and Deimos into the sky as part of a promotional campaign. The initiative celebrated the arrival of the Hope probe into Mars orbit. This mission was developed by the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center and funded by the United Arab Emirates Space Agency. The probe was launched in July of 2020 from Japan and arrived at Mars in February of the following year. Its main objective is to study the climate and atmosphere of the red planet. This cocktail with a vapor cloud is prepared using a specialized gun called a flavor blaster. The device injects an aromatic bubble over the drink, using a vaporized mixture with edible essences. The bubble is formed with vegetable glycerin that is safe for consumption. This visual effect has become popular in bars and special events. The professional version of the device costs around $10 online. The Greyhound is the fastest dog breed in the world. Its speed can reach up to 43 miles per hour. The English Greyhound is especially fast and is designed to run long distances. In comparison, the Spanish Greyhound reaches approximately 37 miles per hour. Janis Ronchi is a visual artist known for his striking animations. His works play with perception and create optical illusions that deceive the human eye. He uses digital techniques to simulate depth, movement, and the transformation of objects. His animations make us see things that are not really there. Although he does not reveal all his methods, the result is visually impactful. A jellyfish bloom is a massive and localized increase in their population that can affect ecosystems and coastal activities. These events are often linked to rising temperatures or changes in salinity. Jellyfish gather in large numbers near the surface. They can cause problems for tourism, fishing, and industrial facilities. Darius Twin, whose real name is Darren Pearson, creates light animations using a technique called light painting. He uses colored lasers and a long-exposure camera to capture luminous strokes in the dark. These images are arranged in sequence to form animations. A ferrofluid clock uses ferromagnetic particles suspended in liquid that respond to magnetic fields. In do-it-yourself projects, models have been created where magnets or electromagnets form visible figures or numbers. Some designs display the time through animations controlled by sensors. The short film titled Projections in the Forest was created by the German artists Friedrich van Schoor and Tarek Mawad. The project consists of a video mapping installation that visually recreates a bioluminescent forest through digital projections onto plants and fungi. The work was developed after 6 weeks of work in a real natural environment without using added special effects. The eggs of some salamanders have a gelatinous and transparent texture. Throughout their development, they go through several stages before hatching. This type of reproduction is common in many amphibians. Water-filled pig squishies are common sensory toys because of their soft texture and relaxing effect. They are made from materials such as silicone or gel and are sold through online stores. Seacliff State Beach, located in Aptos, California, is known for its coastal scenery. It is common to observe many seagulls in the area due to its proximity to the ocean and fishing activity. Petit Forest is a moss terrarium designed to maintain a mini ecosystem. Its vertical structure allows the moss to grow in an orderly way. Humidity is essential for its preservation, and watering can be done using water vapor. At first glance, this house looks ordinary, but inside its walls is the largest indoor aquarium in Europe. You can even dive inside it. Dude Perfect carried out a spectacular challenge from a cargo plane. They launched giant darts toward a huge target on the ground. After several failed attempts, they managed to hit the shot with precision. Jabari Noble holds the record for performing the highest number of pull-ups with one leg and 2 balls, 35 in total. Chanel No. 5 is an iconic fragrance created in 1921 by Coco Chanel. Its formula contains jasmine, May rose, ylang ylang, and sandalwood. It also includes aldehydes that give it its distinctive scent. It is one of the most famous and best-selling fragrances in history. Its design and composition revolutionized perfumery. With its elegance and sophistication, it remains a timeless classic. Korean Concept created a high-speed pencil sharpener as part of an experiment. They modified a sharpener with power tools to increase its speed. In less than 1 second, the pencil is reduced to sawdust. Q, a humanoid robot developed by Toyota, achieved the longest basketball shot ever made by a robot. The feat took place in Nagakute, Japan, on September 26, 2024. The distance of the shot was approximately 80.6 feet. On its second attempt, the robot successfully made the basket. Zane Safuyolu, at just 5 years old, reached a speed of approximately 194 miles per hour in a Lamborghini Revuelto. He achieved this feat on a racetrack under the supervision of his father, Kenan Safuyolu. Kenan is a former motorcycle racer with multiple championships to his name. This impressive record made him the fastest child in the world. Pan Yusheng holds the Guinness record for cutting the longest strip from a single sheet of paper. He achieved the impressive length of approximately 354 feet in Beijing, China. The feat was accomplished on May 4, 2024. Rudy Willingham is a content creator and visual artist with a unique style. He is known for his creative projects and his innovative use of paper cutouts. His creativity has gained recognition on social media. The Yangwang U8 is a luxury electric SUV manufactured by BYD. Its design allows it to float in water for up to 30 minutes in emergencies. It is equipped with 4 electric motors, 1 in each wheel. This gives it independent traction and exceptional performance. It can handle difficult terrain with advanced technology. This squishy ball of yolks is a stress relief toy made of polyurethane foam. Although it is sold under unusual names such as vomit, its purpose is to relieve tension through tactile stimulation. The soft and elastic texture of these toys became popular as a way to help reduce anxiety in both adults and children. These egg masses belong to the leopard frog and are sometimes attached to branches or plants. The name leopard comes from its spotted skin, but its common name in English is meadow frog because of the sound the males make to attract females, which resembles a purr or a grunt. This peculiar vehicle, known as the banana car, was built by the Mutant brothers from a Ford truck. Despite its playful appearance, it is a real and road-legal vehicle that has been taken to various events and demonstrations throughout the United States. The famous Swiss chocolate Toblerone is inspired by the iconic Matterhorn mountain. Its triangular shape represents the peaks of the Swiss Alps, and the image of a hidden bear within the logo is a tribute to Bern, the city of origin of Toblerone. In Kansas City, shops such as Statue 3D create three-dimensional figures of people using body scanning and printing. This technology, with medical applications such as prosthetics and surgery, was developed by several countries, including Germany. Today, it is available for artistic and commercial uses, allowing personalized replicas accessible to the public. Meet the adorable Japanese flying squirrels. Typically, they grow to only about 7.9 inches long, not counting their tails. But despite their small body size, they have large eyes. They live in forests and, due to their brown coloring, often blend into nature. They are native to the islands of Honshu and Kyushu in Japan. They have the habit of gliding from one tree to another, which is where their name comes from. They are very bold for being so cute. Brain coral is a hard coral with an appearance similar to the surface of the human brain. Its domed structure features characteristic winding grooves and ridges. It is found in tropical and subtropical reefs, where it contributes to the formation of the marine ecosystem. It hosts zooxanthellae, microscopic algae that provide energy through photosynthesis. These algae maintain a symbiotic relationship with the coral, helping with its nutrition. When stressed, the coral can expel them, causing coral bleaching. This is an umbrella with the corona effect, an electrical phenomenon caused by the ionization of air around a charged conductor. It occurs spontaneously on high-voltage power lines, where a faint buzzing can be heard, and even a subtle blue or violet glow can be seen, as ozone is generated. These ice formations underwater are not clouds or forest, but ice forming during low tide. This phenomenon is known as phrasal ice, which consists of fine ice crystals that form in turbulent water. These particles cluster together, resulting in a surreal underwater landscape that looks like a cotton field. Spider silk is one of the strongest materials in nature, with fibers stronger than Kevlar, the material used to make bulletproof vests, and capable of withstanding 5 times more tension than steel. Observe the way an instant paint remover works. It adheres to the paint by causing it to swell. The increase in volume creates internal stresses and ruptures that cause weakening and separation of the surface layer. This shorn alpaca is an animal native to the Andes. Its fleece is highly valued, as it is considered one of the finest fibers in the world. It is warmer than sheep's wool, lightweight, hypoallergenic, and durable. Unlike sheep, alpaca fiber is classified into 22 natural colors, making it even more exclusive. This strange animal is an elderly marmoset. Although the common marmoset usually has dark fur, this specimen shows hair loss and grayish fur, which is a normal sign of aging. In captivity, marmosets can live beyond 13 years. Science studies aging processes in these primates to better understand the process in humans.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe so you don't miss more interesting content. Leave your comments and click on any of these videos. See you next time.